As we step back and take a look at a lot of the crews we see in One Piece, we notice that many groups don't use guns with the exception of the blasters of Shipwright Frankie. The two groups that make heavy use of firearms would be the red-haired pirates and the Blackbeard Pirates. There is one individual, however, who may be the best gunman in the world. Blackbeard's sniper, Van Augur, and not much is known about him, but that's not entirely true. Welcome to my character documentation and theory on Van Augur. We first ran into Van Augur unknowingly in episode 146, as seagulls would fall onto the Going Merry. Dr. Chopper would immediately notice that the seagulls had been shot. This was hard to believe as there wasn't even an island in sight yet. Judging by the distance, if the sea horizon was at eye level, then we know these seagulls were shot a little bit further than 5 kilometers or 3 miles away. However, when Van Augur is seen, he's on a rooftop a couple of miles away from the sea. So this is further than the Canadian record of 3.5 kilometers away. His expressions after the shots are mundane. His voice lacks enthusiasm. One of the seagulls did not die instantly on impact, and he thought it was unfortunate. He then said that the suffering of the seagull was fate. His trigger finger had determined its destiny. A peek into the mind of the terrifying gunman. It's not clear how Van Augur came to be a part of Blackbeard's crew. However, at the time, Captain Blackbeard, aka Teach, was looking for someone with a bounty worth 100 million berries. Finding that such a pirate had been in Mocktown, the Blackbeard Pirates assemble and move out. Jesus Burgess, another pirate, would ask Captain Teach if they were supposed to meet up with Lafitte in this town. Teach responded that it seemed that they got separated, but quote, "That's how luck is sometimes, right, Augur?" Van Augur would nod his head, as his unusually long rifle would cast a shadow, longer than even his own. Looking at any gang, you have those who talk the most and do the least. Those who talk and do nothing. And then you have the doers, the ones who are 100% of the time what the others claim to be, but really are only 30% of the time or none of the time. Van Augur isn't much for words. He has a big gun, and he will not hesitate to use it. When Fire Fist Ace cornered the Blackbeard Pirates on Barano Island, formalities were tossed around by former shipmates Teach and Ace. Van Augur, Burgess, and Lafitte all observed the situation and saw its quick escalation. Fire Fist Ace was definitely here to find Teach to make him answer for the murder he committed on Whitebeard's ship. Marshal D. Teach would try to downplay the seriousness of this encounter. He would ask Ace to join his crew, saying that he was going to catch a, quote, Straw Hat Luffy and turn him into the world government. Ace would reply that Teach must be crazy. And it was at this time that Van Augur didn't need to hear anything else, as he began to swing his rifle. He would fire a rifle shot right through Ace as he was still speaking. Before he could even finish, Augur would fire a shot right through his forehead and his back. If it were not for the Logia-type fruit that Ace had, he would have fallen to the ground like a plank board. The rifle of Van Augur is estimated to be much longer than the longest known 14-inch sniper rifles used today. However, Van Augur has shown a propensity to use this weapon at unusually close range. Captain Blackbeard Teach had a master plan. After defeating Fire Fist Ace and turning him into the world government, he decided it was time to add some new, hungry recruits to his gang. Fertile ground would be none other than Impel Down Prison, the dog-eat-dog world where only the strong survive. The cunning Marshal D. Teach becoming a sort of savior and a figure of respect to those he would soon rescue from imprisonment. Van Augur would accompany Captain Teach to Impel Down. It is not known how many unfortunate prison guards and prisoners came under the crossfire of Van Augur. But we know that breaking out of Impel Down is not an easy thing to do and is near impossible. It will require a large amount of opportunity and an even larger amount of violence. The crew was even stopped at one point and drenched in Warden Magellan's poison. It was only by chance that Shiryu had picked up the antidote and administered it to them, consequently becoming an official member of Blackbeard's gang. Van Augur also has something else on his resume that many other pirates still do not have. Van Augur has actually managed to take down an Emperor of the Sea. After the recruiting was done, the new-look Blackbeard Pirates made their debut at the War of Marineford. The government immediately noticed that the criminals were some of the worst that had been held on Level 6, the most dangerous level of the prison. But Blackbeard had come to settle the score with his former captain Whitebeard, and so the conflict began. Even though the nullification abilities of Captain Blackbeard proved effective, Edward Newgate was the strongest man in the world, and Teach had bitten off more than he could chew. He immediately called on his crew to assist him after pulling a gun and shooting at Newgate. Van Augur would answer the call as he swung his sniper and continuously shot Newgate at close range. The onslaught lasted for a moment, as it was hard to watch. Whitebeard succumbed to his injuries. Van Augur and the Blackbeard Pirates would go on to claim their spot in infamy. Van Augur became the third ship captain, as Blackbeard would claim Whitebeard's territories for his own and become an Emperor of the Sea. It's hard to say who will become the next victim of Van Augur. He only believes in fate, though he's very analytical and quick to react to any situation. He's a soldier for the Blackbeard Pirates. Van Augur may not be this right-hand man of Captain Teach, but he is formidable to the point where it would be almost unfair for him to acquire devil fruit powers. He stands at an estimated 11 feet tall. Nothing can escape his sight. Nothing can soften the heart of this cold-hearted trigger maniac. The only one who could manage to defeat a man such as this is a true warrior. One who can make the most out of a bad situation, ignoring his great disadvantage. Someone who can defy even fate itself. Until such a person appears, many people will fall to the ground. Van Augur will snuff out lives from long range. If anyone wants to take out Captain Blackbeard, I'm afraid you'll have to deal with his sniper first. Otherwise, just like the Dubs outside of Mocktown, everyone around you will fall to the ground. In your final minutes, you will realize that, yes, they were indeed shot. And as you stand in the scope of Van Augur, all we can hope is that it ends quickly. But if not, who cares? After all, it was decided long before you ever made it this far. It was fate.